So at this point, we've made a bowl with pretty much every tool. Whoa, that makes sense. We've done it with the miter saw, we've done it with a hand router, and we've done it with a table saw. So last video, we opened it up to you guys. Said, what should we make a bowl out of? And you said, an angle grinder. So today, we're gonna be making a bowl using our angle grinder. We'll see how this goes. I've used this thing like twice in my life, so I have no idea how this is gonna go. We've got a flat convex shaping disc. It's just got some really sharp teeth on the edges here. It's great for shaping wood and ideal for adhesive removal from brick concrete / concrete block. Full disclosure, they did not have these at Lowe's, Ace Hardware, or Home Depot, so we ended up getting this for $4.99 at Harbor Freight. All right, let's do it. We've got a 2-inch chunk of cherry here, cut it down to 9 inches by 9 inches. We're using cherry because we got a lot of it, and all the other bowls are made out of cherry. Just gonna drill a screw in there just a little bit. Now I'm gonna take my speed square. I'm gonna go right there. Looks like about at the 6. If I mark it right at the 6, I can go all the way around. Oh. Now we've got a circle there. Now we're gonna do one on the outside as well. All right, here we have it. We're at an inside line and outside line. They're kind of just rough estimates at this point. Obviously, when we get going with the angle grinder, who knows what's gonna happen. So that's just kind of our rough estimate. We know we don't wanna cut deeper than this inside line, and then we'll be able to probably easily take this out, and then we'll shape it all up after. So we're gonna clamp this down to the workbench and get going. So while I'm grinding out the middle of this bowl, what I'm trying to do is go up to the line as close as I can and then work my way into the middle. That's a good way to do it so you're not going over that line. So I'm just kind of inching up to it. I'm almost touching it, but not quite. So I'm taking a few passes, and then I go ahead, I flip the bowl around, I take a few more passes, and I kind of try to do that all the way around the bowl. That ends up with a nice curve on the edges of the bowl, but then in the middle, you're stuck with a big lump. So then I went ahead, and every now and then, I tried to grind down that lump in the middle, down to flat. Then I went ahead and I kept going on the edges, making it deeper and deeper. The angle grinder kept dying because this is taking a lot of power. So this definitely took longer than I thought, but even with the angle grinder dying, it only took about 25 minutes to haul out this middle there, which I was pretty impressed with. Then I went ahead with the angle grinder again on the edges, so I just clamped the bowl to the edge of my table, so one point was off of the table, and then I just slowly made my way down, just breaking that point down, and it made a bit of an angle while I was breaking that down, which was fine. I just kind of kept making my way up to that line, and then once I hit that line, that's when I started to straighten out that angle I had created and get all the way down. And once they were pretty straight, you know, looking pretty good, pretty circular all around, then I went ahead and I did my opinion, the fun part of shaping the bottom of the bowl, which is not something we've done in any of these videos yet, because most of them just have a straight bottom. So I put a scrap piece of 3/4 inch pine on the table, then I rested my pencil on top of that, and then I moved the bowl around, and that created a line about 3/4 inches off the table. Then I flipped the bowl over, clamped it to my workbench, and I used that line as a reference point. I knew that I wanted the curve to kind of start there and then go down to the bottom of the bowl. So I went ahead and I went all the way around the bowl, trying to kind of keep that angle grinder at about a 45-degree angle to put basically a makeshift chamfer on the whole entire bottom of the bowl. Then above that line, I tried to make that flat edge there meet with that chamfer and kind of just curve it all around to the bottom. And it worked out pretty good. Obviously, it didn't come out perfect, but at the end of the day, I'm making a bowl with an angle grinder, so I didn't expect it to come out perfect. And then I went ahead and I sanded it to 60 grit. That kind of helped get everything a little bit smoother, just kind of make everything look a little bit better. And then I went up to 120 and then finished off with 220. All right, guys, here it is, sanded to 220. I'm pretty happy with the inside. I'm actually very pleased with the inside. I think that came out really nice. The outside is definitely not perfect. I mean, yeah, it's a tough thing to make with an angle grinder. So Yeah, it's not perfect. It's nowhere close to perfect. I feel like you'd find it at like a farmer's market, you know, like, I don't know, something that's like, I carved this out of a log. So if this was from a log, this would be incredible, I think. But since we did have a beautiful blank of cherry that I carved it out of, not the best on the bottom. But like I said, I'm not that good with the angle grinder. Hasn't used it that many times. So I'm pretty pleased with it overall. Now for the fun part, let's get the mineral oil on it and see how it looks all finished up. Finishing it off with some Howard cutting board oil. Best stuff in the game. All right, let's see. Well guys, here it is, a bowl made completely with the angle grinder. Thank you to whoever commented that on the last video that we made a bowl in. Comment down below what other tools we should make a bowl out of. We got a few more ideas, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and don't say lathe, because that'll have to be the end. When we're done with this series, we'll end it off with a lathe bowl. We do have a lathe now, but I'm waiting to use it till then. But guys, here it is. I think now that we got the mineral oil on it, I just think all these little imperfections and uneven parts just look cool. I think they just look better. I mean, even in here, you can see like some of the divots there from the angle grinder. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about it. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what other tools we should make a bowl out of. I'll see you in the next one. Guys, if you like that video and you want to see how I made a bowl with just the miter saw, click right here. And if you want to see how I made a bowl with just a hand router, click right here.